Now, why did God do that? Why did God fill this man and call him by name? This guy, Bezalel, I have filled him with the Spirit of God and all wisdom, understanding, and knowledge, all manner of workmanship. Why did he do that? Well, look at verse number 4. God gives us the answer why he did that. So every man, every boy needs to be thinking, why do I have this idea of inventing this thing? Or why do I have this idea of seeing something be clean? Or why do I have this idea of seeing this thing be constructed better? Well, let's see here. Verse number 4, to devise cunning works, that's skillful works, to work in gold and in silver and in brass and in cutting of stones, to set them and in carving of timber, to work in all manner of workmanship. What comes with working for the Lord is good workmanship. So not only are you to, strap up, get your belt on and get ready to work, but keep in mind, you want to work heartily unto the Lord. When I think of heartily, I think of like beef stew. Beef stew is not chicken noodle soup. Okay, chicken noodle soup is good. Beef stew has got big fat chunks of potatoes and steak in there. You want that hearty strength or that extra oomph, okay, to your life, which will lead you to having workmanship, a good workmanship, a mindset, doing things well, doing things skillfully, not just sloppily or lazily doing things. I did it. I mean, all he wanted me to do was just paint this wall. But if you're just like painting, in a haphazard way, or you're painting it, aimlessly, you're just like a busybody. You're just like this person who just refuses to work. I'm just gonna, check in, check out, clock in, clock out. How about you work skillfully for the Lord, cunning workmanship for the Lord, because God has created you to do that. I mean, when I think of designing or creating things, if I have, so right now I'm building a hutch for this my dad's generator. Okay, when I look at that thing, that hutch, when there are the measurements are off, or there's some things that need to be sanded on it, and I look at that thing, it's like, man, I need to fix that. There's something wrong there. I got to fix that. It's because I designed this thing. I'm building this thing. It's got to be right. It has a purpose. I designed it the way that I designed it so that it would house the generator. That's how it's supposed to be. There's a problem if it's not doing what it was designed for. Well, what about every man? Every man, if a man is just loitering, that loitering basically means just standing with no purpose. That's basically what loitering is. And you'll see there'll be gas stations with signs that say no loitering. That phrase shouldn't be shouldn't be a phrase. That just shouldn't be something that we see common or see around. Why? That phrase means that people are literally there just like for hours. Yesterday we were out soul winning, and we drove past a gas station, and there were men, I counted at least 6 of them, just standing around, just at the gas station, just standing there, and guess what was in their hand? Not a book, not a Bible, a bottle. Now, I don't know what was in the bottle, okay, but you can use your imagination. And these were men in their 60s. Gray hair. It's like, there's a big sign that says no loitering, and that's where they're loitering, where the sign is. They need to pick up a hammer, they need to pick up a paintbrush, they need to pick up a plastic bag and start cleaning up. Get to work, not wasting their time, wasting their life. The breath that they have in their lungs, God gave them. And the breath that you have in your lungs, God gave you to do good work for the Lord.